So why do black males fail? This is a one question assessment. It's kind of a racially charged, politically charged question, meaning how you answer this is going to be pretty indicative of how you view black Americans. It's going to be indicative of how you verbally and non-verbally communicate with black Americans. It's a deep question, and it's something that I want you guys to be thinking about because I'm going to try to give an answer. For this presentation, the psychology of racism is how racism, stigma, and discrimination impact how black males think, feel, and behave. So if it's not poverty and it's not genetics, what variables then account for all these gaps in statistical reviews? Psychological barriers, so that's my answer. The reason why black males don't perform the way that they should, academically, socially, etc., is because of psychological barriers. What are psychological barriers? They're systems or ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving that restrict performance. So why do black males have psychological barriers? Simple answer. According to research, this is not me, and you really don't need research to know this, black males are the most highly stigmatized category of American citizen. So out of all American citizens, no matter what type of color, what type of gender, race combination, no group is more targeted for discrimination, alienation, objectification than black males. And so essentially what's going on, black males are being raised in a society that is mentally and emotionally beating them down from a young age all the way through adulthood. All right, so in America, black males have stigma. I'm not gonna go over this whole slide for the sake of time, but they live in a society where they're told you're inferior, you're irrelevant, you're a liability, you're a cost to the country. And they're told this at a pretty young age. But black males have been so strategically stigmatized that they have become a symbolic construct of aggression, ignorance, and inferiority. So when a person sees a picture of a black male, there's a series of automatic thoughts that are almost universal. Just like when you see a snake, just like when people hear lightning, when they see a spider, universally we have automatic thoughts. The system has so stigmatized black males that if you flash a picture of a black male in a group full of people, the majority of those people are going to have automatic thoughts that are negative. And an example would be, it'd be like right now, we all work at the same institution. It'd be like one day, and for whatever reason, you're labeled as that incapable guy, that incompetent lady. How did she get the job? She needs to be out of here. She's making mistakes. She's making us look bad. We're not being efficient as we could because of that person. Imagine if this institution ostracized and alienated you like that. That will begin to produce levels of stress that will sabotage your performance because you're now emotionally sabotaged. And so it's hard for especially white Americans to be empathetic to that because they don't really experience that. But that's just if GRCC did that to you. Imagine the whole world does that to you. Everywhere you go, you're reminded that you belong to a category of people who are inferior, incompetent, don't belong, etc.